Hecate the witch again. I'm back after 5 to 10 minutes. I just had a Tim Tam. Oh, they're divine. Now, in this second part, we're going to do the actual lifting of the essence of Gulliver out of the concoction that we've made. We've just left off by putting the detergent into the canister for it to set for a while. Now, we're going to be using a very, very special, magical, secret ingredient for this next part. And I've just got it out of the freezer. Now, it must be chilled. Methylated spirits. Now, contrary to popular scientific belief, this is not a chemical. When they say methylated spirits, they're being literal. There are workshops of highly skilled witches underground methylating the spirits, that's the souls of the dead, all the time to produce this special substance. And this is what we're going to be using. This is our key ingredient for lifting the essence of Gulliver to a physical form out of our primordial oozy stuff, our concoction, our little potion we've made there before. Yes. Alright, so we're back at the bench. Now you may have noticed the lighting's changed. That's because the souls in my soul crystal that I usually use to light things, they've sort of run out, so I'm going to need to get some more of those. Now, there's my methylated spirits. I'll just move that to the side for the moment. Here's our concoction, and here's a test tube. What you're going to need to do, oh, look at that lovely colour. I'm going to have to pour a bit of that into the test tube. Not too much. That'll probably do, see? And what we then need to do is add my favourite ingredient. It's a little bit of an evil one. It's meat tenderizer. Now this meat tenderizer is very important because it helps divide the physical from the spiritual. It helps divide the mushed up body and other bits we have in there from the essence. We hope for the essence to gather at the top of the substance here. So just a tiny bit of that. You don't want too much. Otherwise, the whole lot will be swimming around in a pulpy mess. So just give that a little whisk quickly. There we go. See how easy it is again? Da-da-da. Just like cooking, except with a bit more magic involved, of course. Now it's time for the special methylated spirits ingredient. You know, I'm surprised that the High Witches' Council even let me use this. I needed to get ethics clearance, but it came through because snails don't actually count as living organisms. They're a bit lower on the scale, so we can do what we want with them. But of course, this process applies to any organism. The only catch is you can't use monkey puzzle, you can't use lettuce, you can't use figs. You have to use a different but secret 3 ingredients for other organisms. So we're just going to pour some methylated spirits in there, up to the top. There we go. It's going to become a bit of a cloudy mess. So we're just going to have to leave that for a little bit. Oh, it's the wrong cap. What am I doing? Silly me. In my old age, I get a bit senile. I'm over 10,000 years old. So I'm just going to sort of put the lid on that. We're just going to keep that for a few minutes, just to sit. We'll come back in a minute to see what's formed at the top. Alright, I've left the test tube for a few minutes, and here it is. Now, of course, it's almost done, the process, but the last thing we have to do is say the magic word. Of course, one would feel inclined to use abracadabra. That is in fact the wrong magic word, because it is close to avada kedavra, which is actually a killing curse. So we don't want to use abracadabra because it's related to death, because we want to make this reanimated and alive again, this poor snail. So the magic word is actually going to be snotty poo. Snotty poo was the magic word. I've just got to get my little wand here. And snotty poo. That is the magic word. But we're still not done because we have to do a little dance to go with it. So I'm just going to put on some music. There we go. And there we go. Now the essence of Gala is rising to the top. I'll get a close-up for you, so don't worry. Here it is. And we can then begin to extract that substance using a stick. So, there we go for the moment. So here's that close-up I mentioned. Now, unfortunately, as I brought it over, it's sort of unsettled a bit, so it's gone all cloudy again. But you can see that inside the test tube there's a lot of cloudy mixture floating around. Now, that is exactly what we want. That is the essence of snail floating around in the mixture and separated from the liquid. So if we open it up, we can use a stick to perhaps collect some of it. See that white stuff on the end? It's all white there. That is our snail essence. That is the pure life energy of the snail, Gulliver. And we can use that, perhaps with another dead snail, a cadaver or a shell, to place it inside and give Gulliver a new body and a new life. And then perhaps we can place them back with the snail family and they won't feel so sad. So there we go. And that's fantastic to see. So, that actually concludes the first major experiment, or no, not experiment because that's scientific. We're not scientists, we're witches. So that concludes our first major magical process in the procedure to resurrect a dead snail, to appease the poor snail family that have been grieving for poor Gulliver for about 5 hours now. So I hope you've enjoyed this little demonstration, and you can go and resurrect your poor dead snail friend yourself. Ta-ra for now, and I'll see you again soon, perhaps with some other dark magic tricks.